Hi everyone, you've seen the title. I'll be talking about the 10 things I love about this beautiful country, China. I'm making this video from Shenzhen. I'm in China right now, which is a good thing. Then I say like, well, I'm not putting a video like this. Anyways, before I get into start counting about the 10 things I love, let me just quickly tell about my story about China, right? I'm not just visiting here, I lived here. So in 2015, I came here as a student to Beijing. I studied around I think 2 years. After 2 years studying in Beijing, I moved to southern city, which is really close to here, 2 hours by here. Train or if it's a fast train, it's 30 minutes. It's a city called Guangzhou. I moved to Guangzhou and I was gonna stay there for long, but I didn't like the city much. I stayed just one semester, also studied. Then I came back to Beijing again, which is like kind of end of my third year, my last year, and I was continuing my school, and then I left China for some reasons. Then I came back 2 times, and this is the 3rd time I came back. This time I'm gonna stay around 4 months, I say, which is my plan, couple months, at minimum 4 months. It may be up to 6 or 7 months. I'll see. Depends on also the situation of with them, my getting in and everything. Anyway, so I kind of lived here. I experienced it every time. I talk with my friends about China. Oh, they ask a lot of questions, and some of the things that I explain them, it really makes them excited about this country. There are really things that I can't express, the things I lived here, the blessings, really beautiful things, the experiences and everything. So I want to make a list that I can tell you all the things I love about this beautiful country, China. And for the things that I'm gonna count, I'm telling from number 10 to number 1. So number 1 is the one that I love the most. So number 10 is shopping. If you want to buy anything in China, you simply do Taobao, which is kind of like their online purchasing platform. Or if you go somewhere, some kind of market, whatever is producing in the world, most of the time, it's definitely they manufacture here in China as well. I'm not a big shopper, that's why that's not the thing I love, but they have a lot of things, a lot of different things. You also may end up buying with the things that you don't actually need, but it's super convenient. Whatever I need, in seconds, just I buy it, and it's super cheap. Compared to the prices they have on Amazon, for example, it's really there's a big difference. For a couple of dollars, for small things, you get whatever you need basically. About number 9, it's international friends. When I'm in China, they're really people from everywhere in the world. Well, it is the same in other countries, but let me tell you one thing. In Europe, for example, before I was traveling, I can tell all right, I was meeting with foreigners, but mostly these foreigners were from different countries in Europe. They were not from Africa. They were not from farthest part of the world. But in China, they're people from many countries, and they gathered all here, and it's not just 1 or 2 people. It's many people. Right? If there's for example, let's say I never had a friends from for example Pakistan and India before, but here they're too many of them. If I find some in Turkey, it's just gonna be a couple people visiting, or African friends that I have from here, real different cultures, different people. That's one of the nicest things that I also like a lot. Very it's super diverse here. People from everywhere you can find in China for sure. Number 8, it may sound a little weird, but it's the food. I do really sometimes the Chinese food a lot. It's really super different taste that we have in the West, in Europe and other parts of the world. It's definitely gonna taste some. It's Asia, and in China, they have really different cuisine for sure. But they have many foods that I actually really like, and I don't know, some people they're having hard time to eat, but they're really my favorite ones. For example, I like hot paws. I like their there's one dish they call Yushan rolls. I'm gonna put some pictures. They're really different, cuisine, different food, different tastes. They use different oil, different spices and everything. But I like it actually. Number 7, it's safety. Guys, if I had a daughter who is 16-year-old, if she's saying that she's gonna go out and come 3 a.m., 2 a.m. or something, the only thing that I would think that if something's gonna happen is that is she gonna do something? Maybe as a father, I don't know, I'm not father yet, but maybe if I'll have a daughter, I may have an opinion of this. I would only think okay, if any boy will do anything to my daughter, with my daughter's permission. If my daughter is not gonna want anything, I don't really think that something can happen. I've been in 40 countries, as I said again. This is the country that I felt secure the most. This is super safe. The laws are so strict, I think here. Chinese people are, I heard like we watched some videos and stuff like crazy things happening in China, but I don't think in big cities. I do really believe that China is one of the safest countries in the world for sure. Number 6, it's the location of China. If you're like traveling, if you're like a traveler, like you wanna go to the Southeast Asian countries, China is like located right like up them, and you can really like fly down to there like many countries. And also if you want to like visit the Korea, Japan, like the countries on the east, if you want to go to like Vladivostok, the eastern part of Russia, it's also on the north. Like especially the Southeast Asia is super close, like, and the flights are not super expensive. I do remember there was one time I found a flight from Hong Kong to, I think, Phuket. It was around like $200 round trip, and it was really like good, and you can definitely find way cheaper as well. That was like one of the one that I was gonna purchase, but I didn't. Anyway, there's another story. It is really like efficient and cheap to travel in China if you want to go to like visit other countries in the south. Number 5 is traveling. China is a big country itself. If you're gonna go north, there's gonna be something different. The people will change, the religion they have, the food they have, the culture they have, everything, the climate, weather, the mountains, desert, a lot of things to see in China. If you like traveling itself, and I can say that it's pretty cheap, like to travel. If you're gonna take the slow trains, especially, it's gonna be kind of like super cheap. You can go anywhere and you can hang out. And even if you're in the city, like let's say like you're in Beijing, there's always something to do. A lot of activities for you to do for the weekend. Like a lot of places for you to see, a lot of monasteries, a lot of museums, lakes, a lot of different kind of things. You're gonna find a lot of things to see in China if you like traveling. Number 4 is nightlife. I remember when I was in school in my first years in Beijing, we were going out to club at least 2 times a week. There's one main reason that we were going too much. I'm not gonna say it right now because it's gonna spoil number 2, I think. They have really big clubs here. The music may not be great. I mean, I don't like EDM, for example, a lot. But if you're like EDM lover, that kind of music, I mean, you can find a lot of things here. The one other thing is like that, since you're the only non-Asian one in the club, you're gonna get a lot of like attention from people. Like you can meet with a lot of pretty girls, or I don't know, get like cutest boys and anything, whatever you're looking for. It's fun here in China to go out for sure. I mean, I've been like around 40 countries, and when I was like in high school years, I loved it. Like when I was going out, I can't even compare there and here. Like it's too much more fun here for sure. Number 3 is the high payments. There's a lot of opportunities. You know, Chinese economy, it's been growing up so fast when you look at history, and there are a lot of things for foreigners here. They do pay a lot of money to foreigners. I can say like, let's say there was one guy, he was working, he was like basically teaching English, right? This guy's not me, let's say. I remember that guy was making 3 times more than his 10-year college professor was making. So Chinese do pay to foreigners like a little bit, I think higher than, not a little bit, way higher than they pay to Chinese, which is a really great thing if you're looking for kind of make your pocket money, make your way, or if you're looking for big like things. There are a lot of trade going on in the board production and manufacturing is here. Many things like, and also really like a lot of career options. Like you can be on TV and everything. Since you're a foreigner, you get a lot of attention from Chinese. Life is kind of not like in the West that like you're trying to build something, do something. Here, if you kind of like it here a lot, and if you kind of like play it right, you may kind of like do things a little bit faster, that I can say. Number 2, free things. You should have just remembered that I said there was one thing great about nightlife. Guys, in these big clubs, the huge clubs, forget about the free entrance and everything. They do give drinks, alcohol to foreigners for free. They do not ask for any money. But let me tell you one thing. Most of the time, the drinks they have is kind of like low quality drinks. And it's not like, it may not be an original one, but what I can say is that like if you know people, you can also like drink like whatever you're looking for. And this is not only for ladies, this is for boys as well. This is, I think, first time in my life I've seen this is in China. The reason behind this is like people ask me all the time why they give, because it kind of like they want foreigners to be in the club. Chinese spend a lot of money they get tables and everything, and it kind of attracts them to come to club and spend more money, I can say. So foreigners get free drinks. Besides drinks, Chinese people are super nice, that we're gonna come to number 1 super soon. They're always trying to take you out, trying to take you, get some food. I don't know, they like hanging out with you. They always treat you. It's kind of nice thing. They don't expect like when you go in the second time. So I think it's really kind of good here, and I've only seen this happening in China. So they're definitely gonna take care of you and like get you hooked up with the things that you don't expect, which is really good. And you can find a lot of great things in this country and just enjoy it. We get to the number one, guys. Number one is the people itself. The people are here. It may be also, I may do a video that I don't like things about China in general. I can also put people in that list as well, but people are here, like what I can say, they're so warm, they're so nice, they're kind of like not looking for not trying to get something from you. It's a good thing, I can say. Real people, they're super nice to you, kind of like always thinking about you, always putting you first. They're like entertaining. They know that you're not from their country, and they're like kind of wanna show their culture themselves like really good, and they're super warm. I mean, they always smile, they're happy, they're not super into busy lives like mostly. Also, it varies from people to people. For example, in corporate parts of the city, like people working in the offices, I can see them rushing from one place to another, but mostly outside they always smile to you. Maybe it's because you're a foreigner, I don't know, but I think it's a great thing. I do love Chinese people a lot, and that's one of the main reasons that I spend this much time here in China, because things are good here in general, like people are happy. Okay, if you stick here until this point, I got one more bonus thing that I love about China. I could have definitely put this in number 1 to 3. It is something I definitely love and so comfortable, especially if I compare it to Turkey. I think kind of same in the US as well. There's no big judgment in China. Like whatever you do in your daily life, alright, you want to do something, I don't know, you want to like stretch yourself, you want to dance in some public, like no one is looking at you, no one's saying, oh, what's he doing, oh, look at, like he's acting weird. That's not happening in China, and that's something super comfortable. Whatever you want to do, you just do it, you know. No, the other person is not looking at you. Like even things that kind of like can get a little bit, like for example, not gross, not how to say it, like not so clean and nice, because Chinese people are spitting. There were people that I can say that they fart in the subway, they burp a lot, like, but these kind of things, like no one cares. It's kind of good. Like at some point you also may not really feel like, oh, some other people are gonna see or judge me. The only time I'm thinking, like if I'm doing something that I wouldn't do at home, that, oh, is there any foreigner around, maybe they're gonna see me that I'm doing something crazy, because I got used to living like that, but they don't have this thing in China. What I can say is, like, for example, if you have a YouTube channel, you're doing like crazy videos, right? You know, there's like videos in shopping malls, like in public places, people doing crazy stuff. They're yelling, they're like, I don't know, jumping in the fountains and stuff. Yeah, if you do stuff like that in China, mostly not many people are gonna care. But if you do in the West, everybody will be like, wow, people crazy what they do. I mean, I'm not encouraging you to do things like that, but people don't judge each other a lot in China, so you can do, they're like very different things and different people, and everyone is okay with each other. That's a really nice thing in a country, I can say. Thank you for sticking out with me until the end of my video. There's gonna be another video I'm planning to do, which is gonna be the things I don't like about China or I hate. I appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to the channel and give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and whatever you want to talk, write down a comment. I will reply it by my own for sure. Thank you for giving me your time, and hope to see you in my other videos. See you.